And you need to go ahead and stand up.
Well, like with the riots, you have some people out there protesting and rioting because they're absolutely upset.
Yeah.
Then you have a large crowd that's just there just to be there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're rioting? Where? Let's go.
Yeah, those are the anarchists and the people that want to loot and steal stuff. They have a reason to do it because they want to, start a riot and loot and steal stuff. For the people in the NFL, if you're sitting down, again, you have nothing to gain just by sitting down. I mean, you're going to get some extra Twitter followers or Gram followers
Publicity.
from it, or
it's
not
hey,
publicity.
Look at me. I'm standing up for the cause. And then the next day, they're standing right back up. But yeah, you're going to get cut. And also, Hugh Jackson. What else was he supposed to say?
Just be like, hey, these are all adults. They can do what they want. There's no policy on it.
That is correct.
Who said so? I think it was what's his face? Chris Collinsworth. I think I heard him on Mike and Mike. He was like, I personally wouldn't sit for the anthem, but he understands why people are doing it, and he would listen to someone else who has a different side or different opinion than him, because again, the flag means something different to everybody. Just because I think the flag means this to me, it's not gonna mean it means something else to you or whatever.
And before I get into now, let's go ahead and play the Jim Brown soundbite. And I'm glad you said that because I'm gonna piggyback off what the flag means to certain people and go from there. But Jim Brown got a lot of flack from what he said recently about Colin Kaepernick. To me, it sounded like he was still on Cap's side, as in trying to fight for the cause. He just didn't agree how he went about doing it with the flag. But last year when he did it, Jim Brown said he was 100% behind him. So I don't know what's going on. Let's go ahead and play the soundbite. You guys, let me know what you think.
So we're here with the great Jim Brown. Jim, break down from your perspective. I think you have a very unique perspective on this, the Colin Kaepernick situation. Whether or not you think he should be playing, what this says about the state of the NFL today. What are your views?
Well, Colin has to make up his mind whether he's truly an activist or whether he's a football player. If you try to be both in a situation, football is commercial, you have owners, you have fans, and you want to honor that if you're making that kind of money. If you have a cause, I think you should organize it, present it in a manner where it's not only you sitting on one knee, but a lot of people that is going to get behind each other and do something about it. If I ask you one question, who is calling on to follow what he's talking about? So many of us have always done it, and we're here to help anyone that wants to do it. But I would advise a young man, if you're a football player, play football. You're going to be a real activist, use your money, use your notoriety. I didn't want to make it this long, but it does have meaning to me, and I think that I want to be in his corner, and I do think God bless him, but that's not my leadership.
You don't believe that in today's NFL you could be both activist and football player?
I think we're always an activist and a football player, but I think you have to understand there's intelligence that's involved. Okay? I can't be two things at once that contradict each other. If I sign for money, then the people I sign with, they have rules and regulations. But I'm going to give you the real deal. I'm an American. I don't desecrate my flag and my national anthem. I'm not going to do anything against the flag and the national anthem. I'm going to work within those situations. But this is my country, and I'll work out the problem, but I'll do it in an intelligent manner.
Well said.
That was a great Jim Brown, former Cleveland Brown. Jay, your reaction to Jim Brown?
I think he has early onset dementia or something going on here. Like, Pick a side, Jim. Come on, bro. What is you can't be an activist. But I was an activist and a football player.
Listen,
You were doing it too, bro. What's going on?
That's what makes it strange. It seemed like everything he's telling Cap not to do
Is what he did.
is what he did.
Like I said,
is he
he's a
trying
clone.
to say
He's a
that
clone.
now that Cap, there's more sponsors and money involved? It's just not a smart
I don't
move?
know. I can't. I don't know what he was saying. Really, to be honest, like I guess I don't know. I don't know what he was trying to say on that. To be honest with you,
Yeah, it just seems like
just all over the place.
he was saying he was with them. He's behind the
But
calls,
he's not with them.
but there's just not. Cap is not doing it a smart way by disrespecting the flag.
And then, like with that, I just don't think it's I don't think he's disrespecting the flag. He's not wiping his ass with it or throwing it to the ground or anything like that. People take knees out like they would say in the military takes knees. When the flag or whatever comes on, he's not laying down and taking a nap or turning his back on it. Again, he's just trying to bring awareness to a situation, which he's doing a great job of bringing awareness to it.
I'm glad you just because to me, what seems to be missing out of all this Kaepernick talk, Jim Brown talk, or whoever, is nobody's talking about the reason why he actually decided to take a knee in the first
No one
place.
cares anymore. It's just about him disrespecting
Yeah.
the flag. It's not about disrespecting the flag. Like, do you stand up when you're at home and you hear the national anthem?
Oh, people are gonna say yeah.
No, you don't. You're lying.
I don't.
Exactly.
I'm on my couch.
Exactly. No one. Do you stand up every time? Like when someone has an American flag on their car, do you get out of your car and salute it while you're driving on the highway? No.
Oh
I
man.
mean, it's not about him disrespecting the flag. And like you said, they've lost the whole message that why he even started to do it.
It's just been
They've lost it.
yeah, it's
They've thrown it in the
completely
trash. But when you try to remove a rebel flag,
off. Thank you.
we got problems.
Thank you.
You're
Let's get
erasing
there.
our history.
Let's get there, Josh.
Okay,
because
okay.
it seems to be the narrative is he's disrespecting the flag.
Yeah.
But when you looked at the situation that went down in Virginia,
Yeah.
all I saw was Nazi flags,
Yeah.
Confederate flags,
Yeah.
and American flags.
See, you
Is
can't-
that not
That's an
disrespecting the flag?
oxymoron right there, because you can't have a Confederate flag and an American flag. Not sure if people remember, but there was a Civil War where the South seceded from the Union.
What was that war about, Josh?
Slavery and cotton. And the South, that was their main source of income, was cotton. And you can't get rid of slavery because we'll be broke. So we're going to create this flag and go against the United States of America. Now, in school, they teach us the Nazis are the bad guys.
Right.
They teach us, what was it, Japan were the bad guys, and we were the good guys. We're all with them. The American flag is the good guys, right? Correct? Yeah.
Correct.
So, what were the Confederate flag guys? If the American flag were the good guys, the Confederate flag were the good guys too, or?
According to some in the
You
South.
can't. See, now you're disrespecting the American flag because you're rooting for a flag. It's, like you said, it's no difference than you rooting for the Japan or the Nazis, So, but people don't see that part. It's their heritage. It's
I
their
tell you
history.
what, and as African Americans, what I do, and I said this before, and maybe I might lose some friends on this.
Yeah.
Pardon my language. If you have kids around, go ahead and remove them for the couple of
Fast
seconds.
forward, whatever you need to do.
But here we go. If I do lose friends on what I'm about to say,
Okay.
I don't give a crap. I'm not even going to cuss because I know we got some heavy hitters listening to this.
Okay.
And they may have their kids around it, and I do want the younger people to listen to it as well. So I'm going to leave the profane language out and keep it professional. I really don't give a crap.
Okay.
When I see the Confederate flag, the absolute first thing I think about is Klan members.
Yeah. That works.
Now, you can flip it and say it's a representation of the South. That is your interpretation.
Exactly.
You can say that's history. Maybe that's your history.
Yeah.
But I can talk to my great-grandmother and my grandmother right now that whenever they see the flag, they remember that in front of their front yard. In fear. It was a representation of fear. Not crap, diddly squat about the South winning a war in which they lost. By the way, they didn't even win the freaking war.
No.
Now, I'm trying not to get overly emotional on this. But I see that crap.
Yeah.
And I call it crap. I don't give a shit. I don't care what your feelings is.
Okay.
I don't like the representation that flag brings. Me as being an African American. Me as talking to my family members. And me knowing African American history. It doesn't stand for anything positive to us.
No.
You got a couple of Negroes that I see on Facebook with Confederate flags on their shirt, waving the flag, because they just want to fit in. I don't care about fitting in no more. I'm 33. I can care less. Fitting in is in high school.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just letting you know the real deal. Like Jim Brown said, I'm telling you the real right now. That freaking flag is nothing positive to know. Well, other than the few.
Well, my
people,
great granddaddy fought in it, and
yeah, yours. Did mine?
good point. So let's say I'm German, and my great granddaddy fought for the Nazis. So does that give me right to fly Nazi flags everywhere?
You know, it's forbidden.
Exactly.
For Nazi flags to be flown in Germany.
Thank you.
How come they can figure that out and not know to
Pretty
result
easily.
back in negative history?
Yeah, pretty
But
easily.
we can't seem to figure that
No,
out.
we can't.
Now, another controversy that's going on right now is all these Confederate monuments that people are trying to take down. And I don't know if you were aware, we had a big hoopla here in our own city of Greenville, South Carolina yesterday, of people coming out and trying to protect the monument. Well, people on the other side of the street wanted to take it down.
Okay.
I'm very understanding when it comes to certain things.
Not this, though. I just can't feel you.
If you want to take it down and put it in a museum
That's
where
fine.
their people or people, when I say they, and I'm not talking about white people in general, because you do have African Americans that actually support the Confederacy.
Like 4 of them. We're not even talking about
Well,
them.
them 4. I just want to include them as well.
I get you.
If you want to continue to have that in your history and view those, well, move it into a museum
That's where it
where you
belongs.
can go and view it. Out in the open, I don't know how greatly I feel about it. Now, I'm going to be real. I'm not going to be one of those guys that be like, oh, man, that crap is down. I didn't even know it was in downtown Greenville,
Yeah.
so it didn't even bother me. I don't go. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
I don't go in that area. It's standing up. It's still not going to bother me. But I am not upset at the individuals who are offended by that representation sitting out in the open and want it down. I'm not going to tell them, no, take your black butts home and get over it, which is what I've been seeing all over Facebook. Let me tell you something else. And I'm way off tangent, but I don't care.
So-
I just feel like getting this out. I saw someone from Greenville, South Carolina, when they was
Okay.
talking about that monument, said, well, you know what? If that's the case, if they want to start taking down monuments, we should go tear down Sterling High School because it's a representation of segregation.
We didn't do it because we wanted to.
Thank you. You want to tear down an all-black school that was started
Have a choice.
because African Americans couldn't go to an all-white school, but that's a representation of segregation? Whose segregation is it a representation of?
Exactly. Do people think before they post on Facebook?
Man, it's
not.
all over the. I just sit back and watch, Josh.
So we just,
And it's a lot of my friends, dog.
yeah, we just decided that we need an all-black high school.
Yeah, let's just build one.
We don't want to go
just
to
because.
we don't want equal rights and equal education chances. No,
Man, I'm sorry.
tear down all the
black.
black colleges too.
Yeah,
HBCUs, get them out of here.
Tear them down.
Get them out of here.
Howard.